Okay, guys, quick update with Bitcoin. So I have a little bit to cover today. First of all, we're going to cover this misconception about what's going to be bullish or bearish when the Fed gives his speech today around 2 p.m., why I do not think there's going to be a pivot, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to play this. I'm going to show you my current trigger short trades in BitGet. I'm already set up for copy trading, by the way. I'm going to create a trigger trade to show you how to do this. I'm not going to be in any long or short positions. I expect a lot of volatility, so it's best just to wait until after or around 2 p.m. That's when I expect this drop to happen, because everybody believes the Fed's going to pivot. And I'm telling you, the Fed will not pivot based on what he said previously. So we're going to cover all of that. Guys, if you do want to sign up for BitGet, my link's pinned down in the first comment description if you want to sign up. I also have a tutorial video about the second half showing you how to set up a long and short with a stop loss. Put a link up this video now if you want to check it out. If you do want to access all these live charts, my website is optiwartcrypto.com. Link's pinned in the first comment description. $49 a month gives you access to Bitcoin charts, Discord, and Twitter. I also have tutorials teaching my method of charting. So we covered that, guys. So let's break this down before I get into BitGet, show you how to set up these trigger trades and how I'm going to be playing this. So first of all, there's a misconception about if the Fed raises it 50 basis points versus 75 basis points, are they bullish or bearish? First of all, the Fed is going to raise it by 75 basis points. The markets already know this. That is not what they're paying attention to, whether it's bullish or bearish. All that matters is what the Fed chair says about whether they're going to continue to be hawkish or they're going to be dovish. The Fed chair, the last time the Fed chair spoke, said he will remain hawkish until these three conditions have been met. One, inflation is down to 2%. Currently, inflation is around 8%, 8.1%. Two, job market soften, aka rising unemployment. Unemployment is at an all-time low. Three, slowing growth in the markets. Last GDP number came out high. So these three conditions have not been met. Conditions are actually perfect for the Fed to be even more hawkish. That is why I'm telling you, I do not believe there's going to be a pivot. And as soon as markets, these people have been spreading this rumor that the Fed is going to pivot, and the markets believe this, and that's why we had this bear market rally. And yes, it is a bear market rally. And once reality sets in, they realize the Fed's not going to pivot. That's why I believe we're going to have a crash. And that is why I'm only going to be doing shorts, no longs. And I'll explain why I'm going to have these trigger shorts. And some of them will not play out. Some of them, to enter a short, that's like $50. To exit your short's $50. So some of these will not play out. I'll lose $100 instantly. But the one that does play out will be worth it, because if this is a major drop, like I'm expecting, that will pay off, especially with leverage. So let's cover this, guys. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is one chart, and what I'm going to do is go through all of the charts I have with support and resistance levels that I know have been respected, and that's where I'm going to set up my trigger short trades. So this is the A1BG chart. This currently pattern we're in right now. It could be a bearish pattern. There's a lot of crazy wicks. It's kind of hard to tell what pattern we're in. You could do something, well, we could do something like this and say that this is our support. But either way, I'm not playing the patterns. I'm playing key support resistance levels that I know have been respected going back. So for instance, let me show you what I'm going to do and how I have it set up in BitGet. So let's say that, and again, price, there's going to be some volatility up until 2 p.m. So let's say price pushes up to 20,597. We know that this is a support and resistance level that has been respected. So how I would play this, I want to have trigger shorts above and trigger shorts below. If I'm doing a trigger short below, I want to make sure that my entry is below support, which become resistance, and my stop loss is above. So if it continues down, pushes up, I won't get stopped out, it continues down. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I go to BitGet, so currently you can see I have a short trigger trade. So basically how this is set up, it's going to trigger at 22,400. So let's say we get one hell of a pump today, all right, and it pushes up to that ring. It will trigger my short at 22,400. You can see down here, this is my short trade. So it would trigger at 22,400 with a stop loss of 22,850. I know that stops pretty far from my entry, but I want to make sure I do not miss it. I have a lot of faith in that ring will get rejected. There's no guarantee we get to that point, but I want to have that set just in case we do. I do have a long trade here. You can see my long trade is set at right here is my long. It's 20,135 with a stop loss at 20,090. And that is based on one of my charts that have been very strong support. When it gets close to 2 p.m., I will cancel this order. This is only in place up until the Fed meeting, because it's possible it could drop down to this point and push up. Then I would take my profit and then just play the shorts. You also need to keep in mind, if you have multiple trigger shorts, once that one trigger short plays out, you want to close your other trigger short. So let me show you how this would work. So this is just an example. So I'm going to give you one above and one below. And I have multiple charts. I'm going to go through everything, every short trigger that I set up. I will be sharing this in Discord under Optical Art Updates. But let me just show you how I'll do this based on the A1BG chart. So let's say that we push up to 20,600. I know this is going to be a lot of resistance. So it's possible you could push up to this point and then get rejected and come down. So to set up a trigger short for this is how I would do it. So 20,600. So let me go to Bitget. All right, so first of all, what you'll do is over here on the right, you'll click on trigger, right? And you put in your trigger price. So we know, and what I typically do is just do a horizontal line, just a reference. I use my charts as a reference and draw a line on the chart. So let's see here, 20,600 right here. All right, so that is where I would want to enter. And I want to keep my stop kind of tight because I'm going to have multiple. We could push up past this, and obviously I'll get stopped out. I'll lose about $100. It could continue up until we hit my next target to short. But this is just one example. So if I'm going to enter at 20,600, I'm going to set my stop maybe 20,660. And I'll make this red, so I know that's my stop, and I know that, well, let's make this green. Green will be my entry. So here's how you set up a trigger. So first of all, we know that I want to enter at 20,600, and I'll probably put that just a little bit lower. So let's just say 20,590. So trigger price will be 20,590, and I'm going to put the same price for my execute price. So that means when it hits that point, it's going to trigger. Cost, well, for this, let's just put in 2,500, and leverage will do 25x. I'm going to have to determine, I'm going to figure out how much I'm going to put into these trades. This is just an example to show you how I'm going to play this. So when price hits 20,590, it's going to trigger my short. My stop loss, so, and guys, make sure you always enter your stop loss before you enter your trade. I could, like right now, if price started dropping, I could just sell short if I was under market. But let's say my internet went out, or my mouse stopped working, or something happened and I couldn't close out my position and it went the wrong way. You can lose a lot of money. So that's why I never enter a trade without already having my stop loss set. So I want my stop loss to be 20,660. So right here, 20,660. So that means if price pushes up to this point, I get stopped out. It sucks getting stopped out, but if price pushes way up past this, you'll be thankful you got stopped out. Take profit. Well, I don't know. I could take profit around 17,000 if we have a drop. I think we're going to go down lower. Right now, I would just put something in like 14,000, because if we have a major crash, that will be your next major first support level below. Now, obviously, I can exit the trade anytime I want. I would just want to set this further down just in case. I'd hate for it to drop down to 14,000 and take profit at 17,000. So I'm just showing you, how I set this up, what I'm thinking about. So this is how you set up a trigger short trade. 20,590. It will enter my short. I'm $2,500 at 25x. My take profit is 14,000, and my stop loss is going to be 20,660, as you can see right here, this red line. And then all I have to do is just go sell shorts, right? And right here it says trigger price 20,590. Execute 20,590. Margin is 2,500. Hit confirm, and you can see it put my short position here, and they added it to my trigger order. So you can see right here. This one, so 20,000, the top one, this is the most current one. So basically, if price pushes up and hits 20,590, it will trigger it. My stop loss is 20,660. Right, so if I push up to this point, I get stopped out, but that's fine because I'll have short orders above and I'll have short orders below. I'm going to go ahead and close this. This is just an example. You can click on the X. And this is also important because if price actually triggers one of your shorts and starts dropping, you want to close your shorts below. So that is setting up a trigger short if price pushes up. Now let's do one if price drops. So there's a possibility we do not get a pump and we start dropping. So let's say that we come down to 20,100. And obviously there's an angle, it depends on when you make contacts. I'll be updating these triggers throughout the day and sharing this in Discord. So let's say price drops down to 20,100 and I want to set up a trigger short here. Well, we know this is strong support. We could possibly hit this and get a bounce, but once we're below this point, this will become resistance. So 20,100 is going to be our target. So let me show you how I would do this. So let's go back to BitGet. All right. So how I would do this, and I currently have my long trade set up. It's pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and close this for now, and let's just click on the X to close it. So I know that 20,100 is going to be very strong support, but can flip as strong resistance. So basically, I want to have my entry be below 20,100. So let's put my stop loss at, let's see here, so 20,100, I would want my stop loss to be 20,150, right? So it's just slightly above resistance. Let's say 20,144, and I want my entry to be below, so support would flip as resistance. So if 20,100 is resistance, I want to have my entry be around, let's say 20,059. Okay, so here's how you set up a trigger short for price below. So we would go over here to trigger price, and my trigger would be 20,059, right? Put the same thing for your execute price. Cost, well, just 2,500 at 25x. Take profit's going to be the same, 14K for all of these. So my stop loss, well, my stop loss right here, 20,144. So 20,144. And I hit sell short and confirm. And now you can see I have my my entry right here. So price drops down to 20,059. It starts my short trade. If price continues down, I continue to be in profit. If price pushes back up and hits my stop, I get stopped out. And again, that's why you have multiple trigger shorts. And this is all based on the fact that I believe the Fed is not going to pivot, and we're going to have a drop pretty soon. Now, if you think the Fed is going to pivot, I'd be doing the opposite of what I'm doing. I'd be setting up trigger longs. But I believe that we're going to have a drop soon because all of this hype about the Fed pivoting has got people bullish. And again, I think reality is going to set in soon. They're going to realize that there is no Fed pivot. But I will be sharing all of these short trigger positions in Discord. So if you do have access, you will have access to all of that. But I'm going to be going through these charts. Like for instance, right now, you can see our next current resistance above is 20,600. You can see we're currently in this pattern. We're teetering on a support level now. This 20,000, if we stay above 20,391, we could push up 20,600. 20,100 is your next strongest support. Right here on the C1 chart, you can see resistance. There's a lot of matching resistance. This is around 20,660. Next support, 20,169. So I'm going to be going through each one of these charts. Your next key resistance above, 21,333. This is another support level just below, around 19,414. I'm going to take all of this into account when I create these short trigger trades. You see right here, next key support is 20,200. This is the G1 chart, and if we pushed up, you can see this is currently a resistance level right here. So this is also a target to watch, depending on when we make contact. But again, I'm going to take the time to go through and set up all these trigger trades I think are the safest. You see currently the Dow topped out here at 32,900. You know, if we get a pump, guys, I mean, we could push up pretty high. I think the highest we would go, if we just do a trend line, you know, we're pretty much at this point now. I mean, there's some wicks here. We could push a little higher. It's possible we could push up to maybe 33,300. I don't see us pushing up above our previous high. I think we're pretty much already topped out. But, you know, Bitcoin could get some crazy pumps. That's why I'm not entering any trades. No long trades, only short trades, and there will be triggers. Because it's possible we could push up. Well, I'm talking about Bitcoin, but I'm just showing you the Dow looks to be topped out. This could be the top of this bear market rally. Look at the MACD way up here, ready to start curling down. RSI is topped out. This thing is primed for a drop. Today is a very important day. But your next support for the Dow is around 31,553. But I do think we are topped out. We could come back up and test 32,900 which would be somewhat bullish. Bitcoin follows indices, guys. Bitcoin pushes up, or if the markets push up, Bitcoin will push up as well. But I do think we're topped out. We're gonna have some downside soon. So that is what I will be doing, guys. I will have a bunch of trigger short trades. Some of them will not play out, but the one that does play out will be worth it. And again, I will share that all in Discord. Let's see, guys. So currently, yeah, the markets are down some, but expect some volatility. It's going to push up, it's going to drop, but after 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all right, that's when the Fed chair starts talking. So remember, do not pay attention. It does not matter. We are going to get 75 basis points. It's not going to be 50. It's not going to be 100. What markets want to know is whether the Fed is going to pivot to be more dovish or hawkish. And like I just showed you at the beginning of this video, the conditions have not been met for the Fed to pivot. The most important thing is getting inflation under control. And according to what he said last time, he is going to remain hawkish. And soon these people are going to realize that, and that's why I'm expecting to have a major dump soon. Not saying we can't have some pumps before, but I'm getting ready to catch this big drop. Again, guys, you want to sign up for Big at my links pinned down first comment description. And guys, practice, you need to look into getting some VPN to protect your privacy. So guys, look into that as well. And if you do want to sign up for these charts, guys, website is optimalcrypto.com. Links pinned first comment description. And again, $40 a month gets access to Bitcoin charts, Discord, and Twitter, and I have tutorials teaching my method of charting. Guys, that's it. To the next video. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.